I am not just a nitwit. Just because my nose glows, why don't I fit in? Alright, hello everybody. It is Wednesday night. It is time for another Sacred Pipe ceremony. I am Patrick, the owner of Perching Wolf Studios, and welcome to joining me here on a Wednesday night, middle of our week, the day after solstice. The daylight was just a little bit longer than it was yesterday. And woohoo! It's funny though, because every year I get more and more comfortable with the dark. It's like my whole attitude, my whole relationship with the dark has shifted and changed. And I don't mind it so much anymore, although I do love those summer days when it's light out till like after 10 o'clock at night. One of these days I'm going to go experience the midnight sun. I think that would just be one of the coolest things ever. But for now, we are just after solstice. So the days are getting longer, the night is getting less, and excuse me, the dark is still a little bit more than the light at this point, but the light is getting later. So, excuse me. And I haven't posted it to my YouTube channel yet, but I did. If you missed it, I did a pipe ceremony at the river yesterday morning at the ungodly hour of 8 a.m. Oh my God. But it's funny, now that I work for myself, I hardly ever see the light of day at 8 anymore, because I tend to be a night owl. But anyway, so I got up early and did a special video pipe ceremony at the river to welcome the sun of solstice. Let's see, what am I missing? Why am I such a misfit? I am not just a nitwit. Bear with me as I get my altar set up here. Why don't I fit in? Bum ba da ba da ba dum. Bum ba 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 bum bum. Ba da ba ba da bum 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 ba ba bum. Okay, one more thing. Where are you? There you go. So yeah, so I did a pipe ceremony, sang to the sun, smoked my pipe to welcome the solstice sun, the rebirth of the sun. The sun retrieved, oh, my drum. The sun retrieved from the south by Mother Deer, the Deer Mother, the reindeer goddess, Ellen of the Way. And so I will upload that to my YouTube channel as well. As once we're done with this one, I will upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. Check that out and subscribe. And there's over a year's worth of these ceremonies. If you weren't aware, on Monday nights I do these mini medicine card readings with, I'm gonna make sure it's upright, the medicine cards with the different animals. You get to find out what animal guides have volunteered to walk with you through your week. You get to choose a number, and I lay out 3 cards. You choose a number, whichever card corresponds to the number you chose. I do a reading from that card, what that animal represents, what the guidance is that they're bringing. And then if there is time, if I haven't over-talked everything, we do a guided shamanic journey to meet the animal and get their message for you from their, from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So join me then too on Monday nights. Would love to see you there. And you can follow my Facebook page. You can check out my website at perchingwolfstudios.net and see what shamanic services I offer that might resonate to you. Like I said, I do the readings. I do healings like soul retrievals and Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, so I have a pretty rich tool pouch of things that I kind of interweave for doing healings for people, and I absolutely love doing that work. So yeah, so check me, and you can follow me on Instagram. What else? And then I've got a couple of blogs, that the goldenthreadroad.blogspot.com, and all of these links will be in the description of this video. But Golden Thread Road is my main blog, which I haven't written in quite some time. But I've been rereading some of my old blogs from like 11, 12 years ago, and it's like, whoa, I need to do more of this. And then I'm also a cartoonist, and I have a blog of my comics. My comic is called Drawing Breath, and it's at drawingbreath-comic.blogspot.com. So if you're curious about what else I do, if you want to follow me, see what I'm about, see what I offer, check me out. Check out my different sites and offerings. And tonight you'll get to sample one of the things I do, which is the sacred pipe ceremony. And so, and because it's the dark half of the year, I'm sitting here in my office, but the light's out with just some candlelight. I got the candlelight going. I got my little altar right here. And we've got the fire going in the fireplace. So we are all set to kind of hunker down, do some ceremony, be the light in the darkness. So when we do ceremony, the first thing we do is we call in the spirits to set sacred space. So we call in the elements, the different spirits of the various directions, the 4 directions, the spirits of the upper world and the lower world, which are the transcendent realms, where our spirit guides live. And then we call in the compassionate spirits of the middle world, like the Fae and the spirits of the land and the ancestors of the land. And they hold that space for us. They hold a bubble of higher frequency around us, so that we can let our guard down and do our inner work, because we know we're watched over, we're protected, we're safe. And so this is how I do that part. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Hold us in your love and your light. Thank you. Oh. All right, that just feels so amazing. I love that. All right, so if you are here for the first time, or if you've never been to a pipe ceremony, let me give you a quick insight into what we're actually doing. So, this is the sacred pipe. It was given to the Lakota people 19 generations ago by White Buffalo Calf Woman. And the stem is the masculine, the divine masculine. The bowl is the divine feminine. And when we put it together, it is all of creation. Like the yin yang, it's the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the light and the dark, all those dualities, those dichotomies together in one. So basically when we put the pipe together, it is the entire universe. And when it goes together, that's when the spirit of the pipe basically wakes up. And when the pipe goes together, it opens a channel straight to Great Spirit, so that once I put the pipe together, it is one long giant prayer. So once the pipe is put together, whatever you think, whatever you pray, whatever your intentions are, those words and thoughts go straight to Creator with no filters, no interference. Boom. So once I put the pipe together, think your best thoughts, your greatest dreams, your biggest intentions, knowing that they will be heard. Okay? In Hollywood, this has become known as the peace pipe because it was used in, it's the White Buffalo Calf Woman who brought the pipe gave the people 7 different ceremonies to use the pipe with, and the pipe is generally smoked at like during treaties and those kind of things, because when you're sharing breath, the breath is such, the breath, the air is the element that we are most intimate with. It is the first element that greets us when we are born. You know, we take our first breath, and then until we take our last breath, it's our last breath that releases us from the body. So the breath is sacred. And so when you smoke with someone, you're breathing the same air. You're basically putting your essence through the smoke, giving it to Great Spirit. And so if you smoke with someone, it is like you are brothers or sisters. And that's why they would use the pipe, because you can't lie when you're smoking the pipe. And I don't have documentation for that. I believe I read that someplace. But that is also why a lot of people believe that Custer and all his men were killed, because he smoked the pipe, but his intentions were not authentic. They were not from integrity. So, just as an example. So, it is the most sacred. This is basically the altar to the Lakota people. It's like a mobile church. You can bring your church with you. Your church comes with you rather than you having to go someplace. And so no matter where you are on sacred ground. Yeah, so that is the pipe. And we smoke it. What the ceremony itself is going to look like is I'm going to burned some sage, and I've actually got some cedar. I was walking along the trail the other day by the river, and there was just this, and like all these crusty, soaked leaves, brown, almost rotting leaves on the ground. There was this bright green sprig of cedar. And I was like, thank you, cedar trees. So I brought some cedar with me. So I burned some sage, some cedar, and some sweetgrass. And then I also have one of my favorites. I actually was able to get some osha, bear root. It's what the bears chew on and eat when they're feeling sick. And it is such a magical plant. So anyway, so I'm going to light those. And with that, I'm going to smudge everything on my altar here. I'll smudge myself, and I will send some smudge smoke to you through the magic of the internet and the holographic universe. And then once I have everything cleansed, I will say a prayer, ask permission to smoke at this time. Then I'll put the pipe together, assuming it's a yes, and then I'm going to put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl. And as I do that, I say various prayers, and you will hear those. Those ones are out loud. And then once I finish putting the tobacco in the bowl, I have a song. White Buffalo Catwoman actually is one of my guides, and has been so for almost 15 years. And in fact, she's a very large part of the reason I do this. She guided me in this direction. But anyway, she gave me a song. She taught me a song to sing before I facilitate any pipe ceremony that I facilitate. So I will sing that then, once I have the bowl packed with the tobacco. And then I will light the pipe, and I will blow breath blessings in the 4 directions. Father Sky, Mother Earth, a circle to all my relations, and then to Creator. Then I will sit for silent prayer with the stem to my forehead and the bowl to my heart. Then when I come back, I will relight the pipe, and the first big puff I do will be straight at my camera. So again, through the magic of the internet and the holographic universe, that will be a blessing coming from my heart, through my breath, through the internet, into your heart. So that's what that is. And then I will continue to blow breath blessings and prayers for various intentions of my own, for other intentions people have asked me to do. And I'm at intermittent, just sitting quietly in meditation and doing more. And as soon as I feel like we're complete, there'll be another prayer, then a song. I will take the pipe apart, and that will be the end of the ceremony part. And then we'll probably hang out and talk a little bit more after that. So stay tuned. But again, thank you for joining me. Your presence here is amazing and palpable. And even if you are watching this in repeat, if you're watching it over again, or you're watching it for the first time months from now, your energy is still a vital part of this circle here and now. So don't think that you don't matter. All right, so excuse me, jeepers creepers. All right, so I'm gonna get some sweetgrass. Oh my God, I love that. Some sweetgrass ready here. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. I was realizing in the dark, I don't know that you can really see the smudge smoke very much, but it's there, trust me. All right, so. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, I send a voice. I ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All my guides and guardians watch over me as I smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Twabin, Shaunadisi, Magic Hiwas, and Waboose. There is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers. All my relations come smoke with me. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo cattleman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane bayama, okane bayama, okane bayama, okane. Okane bayama, okane bayama, okane bayama, okane. Okane bayama, okane bayama, okane bayama, okane. grandmother, grandfather, ego, we send a voice. We thank you for these moments of stillness, these moments of connection, these sacred holy moments of interconnectedness, joining heart to heart all those who gather, tying our hearts to the heart of all living things, the spirit that lives within all things. Thank you for our guidance. Thank you for the light within the darkness that grows day by day. Ease the suffering of all beings. The physical darkness is one thing. The emotional, mental, physical darkness is another. May all those who suffer, may all those experiencing their own personal darkness be led to the light within them that is the love that they are. Aho. Ihi-la-ihi-o. 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 Ihi, ihi, ihi-la-ihi-o. 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 Ihi. Oofda. Yeah, if you've been watching me for a while, I'll say aho a lot, but I also say oofda, and my fiance realizes it's not until I say oofda that the ceremony has ended. So, wow, I'm buzzing. I am so buzzing. That solstice light and energy, along with the Christmas spirit. And I actually had someone ask me the other day about, I've been teaching so much in the past few, like half dozen years or so, that I haven't been taking a lot of classes myself. And I just started taking, I don't know if it's really a class, kind of a mentorship more with an Irish shamanic practitioner over Zoom. And she was just, we met the other day, and she asked me, like, because as we're talking, it became obvious that Christmas is really important to me, and she was like, so how do you, I don't remember exactly how she worded it, but it was, you know, as a pagan, as a shaman, how do you still, it wasn't like, how do you do that? It was more of, how do you see Christmas? How do you perceive Christmas now? And, you know, do you, it used to be a lot of, like, it was really hard because Christmas, I mean, Christ, keep Christ in Christmas, and I was raised Catholic. And when I was no longer Christian, no longer Catholic, it's like I still love Christmas, the spirit of Christmas. And it's like Christ is not just Jesus. Christ is the consciousness of enlightenment. We all have the Christ within us. So Christmas is the celebration of the birth of the divine child, within each of us, that Christed part of all of us, underneath everything else. We're the whole spiritual path is not about trying to get someplace we've never been. It's trying to get to where we've always been. We start out whole. We are divine, high frequency, spiritual beings. And as we grow in this society, we get a lot of fallacies and untruths hoisted upon us that dims that light, that makes us forget who we truly, truly are. And so, to me, Christmas is the time to let that light shine, and I love Christmas because, not because, oh cool, I can let my light shine now, I don't have to hide, because I try my best to live that light every day of the year. But it's like at Christmas time, there's not as much resistance around us to be our true selves, because everyone is trying to celebrate that light. And even before Christmas was a thing, it was a pagan holiday. Every culture pretty much had a festival of light in the middle of the winter, in the middle of the dark half of the year, to celebrate that light, and as the light dims on the outside world, it, in traditional cultures, this was the time to gather around the hearth fire. It was dark all around, as there wasn't as much to do outside. All the crops have been harvested. This is the time to do inner quiet stuff with your family, with your tribe, and to turn inward, just like the bear going into the cave, back into the womb of the mother, to dream of what she wants to find when she emerges in the springtime. So this time of the year is the time where, if it's harder during the rest of the year, this is the year where you have permission to shine. And even like, Santa Claus is really important to me. In fact, I've done work where one of the most traumatic experiences in my life was when I was told that Santa Claus doesn't exist. And I still, like, my stomach just, when I say that, my stomach just tightens up. And perhaps he doesn't exist as a physical person the way, we grew up thinking when we were kids, but he exists. He actually, and that was what brought that question up in this mentorship session I had the other day, because in the past month or so, like since Thanksgiving, Santa Claus has actually been showing up in my meditations, in my ceremonies, and speaking to me, and has basically become one of my spirit guides, and it's easy to dismiss that as, oh, haha, Santa Claus, oh, he must be a simpleton, you must, this guy likes Santa Claus and unicorns, and, we tend to, it's really ironic, because it's those things that we belittle, like the unicorns and Santa Claus are just kind of shuffled off to the side for kids, and fairy tales, we have to do real adult stuff, right? When those things that we shelf as children, fairy tale type things, are the important things that we're trying to regain as adults. That's our innocence, our purity, who we truly are. When you think about like the enlightened beings, like the most obvious one that always comes to my mind is the Dalai Lama. He is so childlike, not childish. I mean, he talks for hours and hours about these deep, profound things, and at the same time, he can't go for 5 minutes without laughing, right? He's always joking. He's always having fun. There's something that goes with that fun, that innocence, that purity of childhood that goes along with enlightenment. And that is the part we're trying to regain, right? That's interesting because I've got my card sitting up here. I just realized porcupine was on the top. And I had a friend last night approach me to pull a card because she was having some trouble, and porcupine was the one that came up. And I've been thinking a lot about it today. And porcupine is the inner child. Porcupine is about innocence. And this is the innocence we're trying to regain. And we think innocence needs to be protected, like it's something special, like, oh, they're innocent and pure, we have to protect them from outside influences. When porcupine is innocent because he's got the quills on his back. And he doesn't put those on, like, it's not like putting up shields or putting on armor to protect ourselves like we do sometimes with spiritual work. They grow out of him. It's just another form of his hair. And so by being his true self, he is automatically protected. And if you think of the porcupine, think of yourself as the porcupine. And think of the porcupine as a star. He's this brilliant light in the center. And if the quills are all rays of light pointing outward, this higher frequency light, the higher that frequency, the less lower frequency stuff can come in. And so by regaining our innocence, by regaining that purity, that divine essence of who we are, protection isn't even a thing. Because number one, it's a non-dual universe. There is nothing out there besides us. We are all one. We are all the same energy. So there's nothing out there ultimately to protect ourselves from. Number two, when you raise your frequency, regaining that innocence, then things flow. You're just, I always bring up the old Dawn dishwasher soap commercials. If you've ever seen them, it's like they have a sink full of grease, and they take a single drop of Dawn liquid soap and drop it into the middle of the sink, and the grease just goes. That's what happens when you regain your innocence. You become that drop of soap, and everything, it's like the grease, the darker, the lower frequency stuff actually disappears from around. It's like you have this bubble of safety, of truth around you, and as you move, it literally pushes other things out of the way. So it's not about protecting those parts of ourselves. It's not about having to gain strength and build up protection. It's about regaining that innocence and radiating it outward. And truly, 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 that is the answer to every single challenge that you will face. It's not about changing things out there, of adapting to things out there. It's about aligning with Creator, aligning with your spirit to the point of radiating that pure innocence of who you truly are. And by doing that, everything else flows, everything else falls into place. Because from that place, that most central essence of who you are, that part of you can never be, it's invulnerable, it's indelible. It can't even be touched. It can never be wiped out. It is eternal. The physical body can be harmed, can be hurt, can be taken away, but that essence of who you truly are. Energy can neither be destroyed or created. So you have always been here since before the beginning of time, and you will always be here even after the universe ceases to exist. So use this time of the dark side of the year, dark half of the year, to foster that inner light. You know, even with Santa Claus, you know, it's like, oh, ho, 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 Santa Claus, and we've got this caricature of him, this like two-dimensional stereotype of who Santa Claus is, and it's very shallow, very light, very sugary and sweet, right? But there is, when you get into it, there is a depth even to Santa Claus, beyond, you know, beyond the whole Saint Nicholas thing. Santa Claus has been in existence long, long, long before Saint Nicholas ever got attached to him. You know, you can take him back to Odin from the Norse religions, and even further back than that to the Siberian shamanic communities and the reindeer. And it is so amazing. And when one of my more recent experiences with Santa, when he came to me in a ceremony, I was like, why are you coming to me? Why are you here? You know, and I've talked about this a long time ago. So if you're new, or you may not remember if you haven't been with me very long, I was talking about the vision quest I went on back in September. And one of the things that happened was the appearance of Hearn the Hunter. And I don't know if you know who he is. He kind of, if you are pagan, if you know anything about like Wicca and paganism, he's kind of the same as the Lord of the forest, the horned god, connected with Cernunnos and all of that. And so he appeared to me on my vision quest, which was interesting because in a class I was teaching shortly before that, I did a shamanic journey with my class, and in one of the things I got in that journey, my guides were like, it's time for you to don the mantle of Hearn. And I knew who Hearn was, and I knew he was connected to all these wild man things and the green man and these things I'm interested in, and Robin Hood and all this stuff. But I didn't know what that was, and then he appeared to me in this vision quest in September. And he was wearing this deer skull on his head, and it went down into a deer hide cloak. And he was sitting in front of me. He got up, walked around behind me, took off the skull and the hide, and actually placed it on my shoulders and on my head. And so I have since then been doing a lot of work about what does that mean, how am I connected to the wild, to Hearn, to the Lord of the forest, and all of that, everything that means. And when Santa appeared to me in my visions, and I asked why he was there, he said he was part of the mantle of Hearn, because he is connected to the wild man of the woods. He's not just this Coca-Cola advertising gimmick, and he actually is connected. There's a depth there of connection to the earth, connection to the spirits, to the spirit of wild places, the spirit of wild things, the deer, particularly the reindeer. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that my main power animal guide is a reindeer, whose very first message to me, and this is fresh in my mind because, like I said, I was just rereading some of my old blogs, is he told me to get on his back, and he took off flying. And his first message to me was, you don't need wings to fly. So obviously, so these things are coming back, this tapestry. I'm finding these things on my path that are interconnected, that I had no idea back at the beginning where they were leading. And so even from back then, it's like my first shamanic journey when I met Nathaniel, my reindeer spirit guide. He was one of Santa's reindeer. And I thought, oh my God, that's so cool. I love Santa. And now here's Santa himself appearing with this depth, these roots through time, through ancient traditions, and especially the shamanic traditions. And it's just all making so much sense, and anyway, so I could talk endlessly about that. Don't get me started on unicorns. But everything that, like, we tend to glance over anything that we cast everything of childhood into this sugar sweet, surfacey thing that, eventually you're going to need to outgrow if you're going to be an adult and have responsibilities, blah, blah, blah. But what if we didn't? What if we never outgrew that? What if we maintained that innocence and were able to make our decisions and take on responsibilities as adults with the heart of a child, with the guidance of our hearts, rather than our heads and the way it's always been done, and how, oh, well, you're an adult, you can't do that. You're an adult, you have to sacrifice that in order to do what's right in the world or whatever. This is your opportunity to reclaim that childhood, and I know a lot of people have traumas around Christmas. I know that there's a lot of dysfunction and a lot of hypocritical experiences people have with Christmas, and what it was supposed to be, and yet how they were treated by those who were supposed to care for them, and all of that. But at the heart of all of that is, like, don't let anyone, because of their ignorance of what it truly means, or their immaturity of not, it sounds weird, but the immaturity of not being in touch with their inner child, don't let them take your power away from you. That light of solstice, that light of Christmas, is your birthright. That's who you are. And no one can take that from you. So in these days coming up, Christmas, and I really wish that we still celebrated the 12 days of Christmas. I think Christmas should be a 12-day long celebration, but that's just me. Maybe one day we'll bring that back, So 12 days of Christmas isn't the 12 days leading up to Christmas. Christmas is the first day of Christmas, and then the 12 days after, leading up to the Epiphany on January 6th. In olden times, they celebrated all of those 12 days. So Christmas went on almost 2 weeks longer than it does now. And how cool would that be? But anyway, so whatever festival of lights you celebrate this time of the year, even if you don't celebrate anything, take advantage of this dark time when it's physically dark out at 4 in the afternoon to turn inward. You're not going to find the light out there someplace. Utilize that, take advantage of it to turn inward and find your inner light, and nurture that and breathe into it and let it start to radiate further and further until your light envelops the entire planet and connects you to all living things. It's amazing. You are amazing. You are so much more than what you've been told. You are the light of the world. You are the divine child being born into physical reality. And that's why at the end of all my videos I say go shining, because you have my permission to shine. The world needs more people that are on fire, that are passionate, and that shine. The world needs that shine. So no matter what anyone has done to you or anything you've gone through, know that you are greater than anything that's happened to you, anything that anyone has done to you, anything that you have done, anything that you are afraid of. You are greater than all of it, because you are immortal, you are eternal, you are the divine light and love of Creator. So, I guess that's what I have to say for tonight. That's all I have to say about that. So I hope that makes sense. Like I said, this is my favorite time of the year. The music, the lights, the decorations, the goodwill toward all humans. It's awesome. It's kind of, I just love it. That's all I can say. So anyway, thank you for listening to my ramblings. Thank you for joining me for this sacred ceremony. This is probably the most sacred space I know of, this ceremony. It is so powerful. So I hope you were able to feel at least a fraction of that power, of that light, that frequency. And we are doing this every week, every Wednesday night at 7. So come back next week. Bring your friends. Share this video. And again, I'm so grateful that you are here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your presence here really, truly makes a difference. So, and like I said earlier, check out my website at perchingwolfstudios.net and kind of peruse, see what kind of shamanic services I offer. And if you're looking for a last-minute holiday gift, I do have gift certificates for doing readings or healings, or I've also got, I'm a cartoonist, so I have some graphic novels that I've created, and a couple of coloring books, just little coloring books with totem animals in them, different things like that. So if you're looking for a last-minute holiday gift, let me know. You can connect with me on my Facebook page or through my website. If you're local in the Renton, Washington area, I will be here on Friday on Christmas Eve. So come on in, get a reading, get a gift certificate for someone else, for a reading for someone else. Pick up a graphic novel of my comics for someone. They make great gifts. And what else? Seems like there was something else. Oh, and if you're interested, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, but if you came in late, every Monday night, I was holding up my porcupine card, my medicine cards. I do mini medicine card readings every Monday night at 8, where I pick 3 cards, and you choose a number, and whichever card, whichever animal pops up, corresponding to the number you chose, that is your guidance for the week. So we do that Monday. So join us Monday night as well, right here on my Facebook video. Yeah, and so again, feel free to share this video. Feel free to rewatch this if you need more space. I know with Christmas, it is all happy and holly jolly and all that, but I also know it's very stressful for people, and that, it's not a perfect world, and that not everyone's Christmas is happy and all of that. So if you need an extra boost, if you need to experience some more quiet and stillness, feel free to rewatch this, to rewatch the ceremony part at least. Like I said, it's like we are between the worlds. This space, this moment is eternal as well. So you can always tap into it. You can watch this again and still be a vital part of the energy of this circle here and now. So, and I will share it to my Facebook page. And I will also upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. So you can watch it there along with over a year's worth of other ceremonies and readings and such. So I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. So come and meet me, join me, follow me, all of that. Thank you for supporting me. I really, truly appreciate it. So before we say goodnight, we called in the sacred space. We called in the spirits to hold that space for us. And so it's time to let them know that we are done. This intention has finished, and we can release them back where they have come from. And this is what that looks like when I do it. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me for another Wednesday night. I hope to see you next week, if not Monday. Have a wonderful holiday, whether it was solstice yesterday or Christmas coming up or whatever other festivals happening during this time of the year. I hope yours is blessed and happy, and know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and I will see you soon. Go shining. Bye.